Today we're at Middleton-in-Teesdale, parked near the Teesdale Hotel, and we're going to walk today from Middleton up to High Force round. We're just near a bit of a stone cross. We're going to head forward and pick up the walk. There's plenty of parking. So we just stood in front of the Tourist Information Centre, and there's a butcher's shop on your right hand side. We're going to call in there and get a couple of pies. And in the sort of village green area you've got a water fountain, toilets at back of us, and there's a supermarket on your left hand side. We've got the shops at the top end of the village as well as the bottom end, and there's a newsagents there, look. We just keep heading forward about another 100 yards and then turn down Bridge Street. You've got the conduit tea rooms there, and the flowers look fantastic on the outside. And we've got the Bridge Inn pub, bar meals, Sky TV and beer garden. So we head down towards the bridge. You've the cattle market at the other side, and we turn right just before the bridge and head forward so that the river's on your left hand side. We're heading towards High Force, and straight away we can see the river down below us and the quarry in the background. Sun's just starting to come out. It's end of August. You know, we're in a couple of days off September now. We're just giving you a quick look at the countryside. We're just heading straight forward with the river on our left. We'll give you a few shots of that as we go along. Well, I said we'd give you a few shots at river, but we didn't think it'd be this quick. We've just looked to our left and we can see like another stream coming into the river there. Let's just take the zoom off a touch. And there's a waterfall of about, what, 5 feet there. You're walking with a taxi driver today. We've a bit of breeze on, but the sun's out. Just in front of us we've got like a typical sort of Dale's farm with a stone in that. As you walk forward you'll see a bit of a diversion. Just before the farm you turn right. It's well signposted there, look. And I've got horse right behind me. There he is, he's just come up to see us. He's about 3 foot from my camera. He's come up while we're filming. So you just head uphill. I think we're heading towards the road now. And the horse has followed me all the way up the field to the gate. We're off up to High Force now. We could do you to ride on, mate. But we'll keep going now. Head forward 20 feet, through another stile and turn left down the road. We'll just give you one quick shot. He's still there. He wants to come with us, but we've got to leave him. So we head down the road for a while, looking for a left-hand turn to take us back towards the river. And we'll just show you the field system, and it looks if the grass has been cut for silage. Keep walking straight forward down the road. It goes slightly downhill. On your left-hand side you'll see the open stretch of water on your left. Keep walking and we're looking for a path on your left after that. So about 100 foot past the open stretch of water you'll see the footpath sign on your left just next to a tree. So we've just crossed over the stile and we're going down towards the river now. You can hear the river on our left hand side 50 feet away, but we're going through like a bit of a wood just at the side. So we drop down on the river and you can see the trees have just got a bit of colour in them now. It's the end of August, but they're starting to turn slightly. We're right outside at river now. Obviously it's a bit open, so just a touch of breeze. Don't know what it is today, but I seem to be attracting the horses. One here coming up to see us. He's about 8 feet away, 6 feet away, 5 feet away. He's following us again, I think maybe because we've got some foals here, so we've got to keep moving because he won't leave us. Now we've left the horses, we're walking through like grassland now. We've got plenty of fields and walls, and here's one of your stiles, just plenty of stiles, and they're in every shape you can think of. We keep going forward, and we're going through either fields of horses, cows or sheep. As you can see, you've got these little tiny bridges every now and again to cross over, and they're just letting the stream into the Tees. As we glance over the river, we can see a quarry at the other side, obviously disused. As you're walking along, you've got to stick to stiles, because we notice all the gates have got signs on them saying this is not a right of way, so you've got to stick to the stiles. But we notice in this shed here, look, it looks like there's a person there, probably to make sure you stick to the route. But when we get closer, we see it's just a dummy. But clever though. Just past the dummy, you go through the next field, turn slightly right, in front of the stream, you'll come to the corner, up a tiny little ladder, and then over the bridge, turn right. So as we've come over the bridge and just turning right, we come into the field with the bull in the calves, and we need to be straight up. Keeping to the side of the wall, but what we're going to do is give them a good berth, a really good berth with calves, but we're going through the gate straight forward. We've got by the bull and the cow in the calves, we've given him a good wide berth, and he seems pretty docile, but you never know. We keep heading straight forward. We've just seen a buzzard circling round there as we've been walking, and then further on we've seen a dead pigeon. We can see where he's been eating it. And we'll just show you something that you see quite often in the dales. If there's a little stream or a wall or somewhere where the stoats or weasels have to travel across, the gamekeeper will put that there, and that's a stoat or a weasel trap there, look. There's nothing in it, but it's, you know, it's well worth looking at. We'll just take the zoom off we'll press on. Yeah, we're just coming out near Bowlees now, and the nature reserve's on the right, but we're turning left going down towards Lower Force. Winch Bridge is the second bridge to cross the Tees. The first built in 1741 was the earliest known suspension bridge in Europe. And there's the bridge, and you can see the Tees flowing below it. And here we've got Low Force. It tumbles down from the top and then tumbles down again. As you can see, there's a fair bit of water coming over it. There's people picnicking at the other side. I thought we'd have a look at the top and watch it coming down. And that's looking at it from the top. Well, we're going to press on a bit further now because we need to get to High Force. This is another smaller waterfall just below Low Force. We go back to the suspension bridge, go over it and turn right. So we'll have the river on our right hand side as we go up to High Force. Just as you cross over the bridge, look to your right hand side, there's a bit of a viewing area, and you can get the top part of the force and the bottom part together. It makes a great picture, does that. You do need your camera. And just in front of you, as you walk in, you'll see like 2 stone sheep, and there's a plaque underneath says, "A wonderful place to be a walker," and I have to agree with that. As we go by, we just grab another quick shot. We're down near the river now, just on the side, and as you can see, it's flowing pretty fast, just above Low Force. We keep following the river on our right hand side now. You can see the people walking forward. We'll just keep taking a few quick shots of this top end. There's a few people about. This little bit here, if you look, it looks like a bit of an overflow when the river gets in flood. The main river's at top, you can see. Just where them kids are now. We're going to get on there and take a shot if we can. Yeah, so we're just going to walk out onto them rocks and see what we can see. So we're out on the rocks looking back now. and we'll have a look forward. She seems to be in pretty good flow, but it's not flooding. We've just got a tiny spot of rain, but we don't think it's going to last for long. The Tees splits here a bit. There's a tiny little island, and this looks like overrun when it floods. As you walk along, you have plenty of chances to get a nice shot off. You can see the people on the left-hand side following the track, and we've got some like white farmhouses on your right. Well, we've got as far as Moorhouse up at Teesdale in the Pennines. We're just following the path at the side, but we can't be too far away now. The rain's coming down a bit, but there it is in all its glory there, look. You can hear it long before you get here, like a massive roar. I think that's about a 60-foot waterfall or more. But it's been a fair walk. We've still got to walk back, but you know, this is worth it. We're going to get the top side of it and have a look. We're stood right on top of falls now. I'm about 6 foot from the edge here. And down below, you've got tiny little people there, or they look tiny, taking a picture back up the falls. We're just at the top side of High Force, and we'll turn round and give you a quick look as it goes over the falls. Right, well, we've got the wind behind us now, so we can hopefully film a bit on way back, even though it's a bit wet. You can see there's people on top of the falls, or the force. I keep calling it the falls, but the force. We're slowly heading back now. We're following the same track back till we get to Low Force, and then we'll be going on the different route, and we'll show you as we get there. So we're just following the path back towards, the same path back towards Low Force now. You can hear the water at the side roaring away. We haven't seen many birds today, but they think there's 3 goldfinch on the fence there. Look at that. There's 4, down to 3. Because of this sort of wet day, or the drizzly day, we've got mainly swifts and goldfinches. That's all we've seen today, not much else, but there we are. Look, we've got 3 on the fence, 2 on the fence, and got 1 there, got a close-up. They've gone. We can hear a dog on right, so we take a look and we see it's a farm dog, so we'll just take the zoom off. We just keep heading forward. It's slightly downhill, but not too much. We're back at Low Force now. We're back at the bridge. We don't cross over the bridge, we just head straight forward. River on your left hand side, follow the fence line. It says Pennine Way, back to Middleton. Within a few hundred yards, the river opens out in front of you. And we're just following the path on the right hand side. We're steadily going down the path. We're only about 10 foot from the water, but it's certainly a beautiful river is this. There's a few mine shafts on the edge of the bank in there, and just at the top side you've got rabbits. We've never seen as many rabbits as we have in Teesdale. 3 of them just sat there not bothering. They're only about 100 foot from us. There's the river at one side, and here's your little mine shafts at the other side. And if you look in front, There's a tiny spoiler heaps. But, you know, all this is as you're walking down the river, heading back towards Middleton. As we walk along, we look to the right and we can see like farms just nestled below the, looks like quarries at the back. Well, you can't get much closer than that to a rabbit. I'm about 20 feet away. It's a wild rabbit and he's there just having his dinner. And there's the view. We just keep heading forward. On the left hand side of the tree line you've got the river down below. In each field you'll probably get trees at one side and then you go a little bit where it's nice open space and then the trees come back, but there's plenty of viewing points and you can certainly get a good view at river. We've got a field full of, well, the young lambs, I'd say, this year's lambs. They may be kept back for breeding. And there looks if we've got the farmer in his Land Rover. We've spent all day looking for bird life, no herons. We've seen one goosander, not much at all. And we've got a dipper there that doesn't want to dip. But, you know, it's a bit chilly today, so I don't blame him. But we'll keep going. We can see something moving in the grass. We'll zoom in, see what they are. Couple of ducks, and I can see in the horizon there's a few more, so let's see if we can find them. Well, they're all popping their head up to have a look at us. Just aside at river, hidden in the grass like a dark shape. You get your camera out and every duck comes up to see you. And there looks a fair few of them as well. And there's the farm in the back. There's a lot of them. 1, 2. I can probably see about 30, but they're all wild. We're just heading forward down the side of the river and the ducks are on our right. Wherever you look, top of the picture there, look, you can see old quarries. And there's the river on the left hand side. We keep heading forward. 3 goosanders here on the tees. They're about 60 feet away. Well, that's made our day. That is just gone 4:30. We'll just see if we can get a close-up of them two. I think they're just covering the Seine, you know, with their oil glands, and that's a waterproof, but that is fantastic. And there's a duck in front as well. We've just seen our dipper. Look at that, look at that. 3 goosanders, but they're probably getting ready to roost, you don't know. Sort of a brown head, white body underneath and like a grey coloured back. Well, we'll make that do. There they are in water, just paddling against the flow. We followed them down about 200 yards. We'll leave them now though. Well, we'll keep heading forward. Now slowly we're beginning to move away from the river, but we'll catch it back up again further on. We cross over some little stepping stones, as you can see there, and in the distance you have your stile, so we're slightly bearing right. Well, as I walked on the stepping stones, my foot slipped and so it's gone over my left boot. And we've walked forward over the stile and straight in front there's a bridge, but my foot's very wet at the moment, so is all my leg and everything else, so we just keep heading forward, but hopefully we're only an hour from home now. Over the bridge and then left. As we walk along we see loads of bees on these flowers. They all look a bit damp and dejected like my foot is at the moment, but as you can see, he's not moving much, but we've still a couple of miles to go. So just keep moving forward now. As we've pulled away from the river a bit, we've started climbing, so I thought I'd give you a look at the other side of the valley. Since we crossed the stepping stones, we've been getting slightly higher, maybe about 50 feet above the river. As you can see, it's just below us. Sun's come out, so let's give you a view. There you can see river below. And then as I cross over the stile, I look back and decide to take that picture. It looks pretty good to me. And that's looking forward. You can see the river next to the telegraph pole. We can still see and hear the river, but we're still pulling slightly away, but we're heading forward. We just keep heading across the fields now, open fields, slowly heading towards the river again. And there's another type of stile, and we're just going over that, just at the left-hand side of the tree. Now here's something we always like to spot when we're out in dales, is black rabbits. These are actually ordinary wild rabbits, but they're obviously a black mutation of it. And there he is. That's the first one we've seen this year. First live one. We've seen a couple of dead ones on the road. He's about 8 feet away from a brown rabbit. Obviously they'll be out at the same nest, and we'll see if we can film them both together now. Well, there's your black and there's the brown. Both about the same size. I'd say about 6 to 8 weeks of age, and they're about 150 feet in front of us. So we'll just take the zoom off again to let you have a look at both. And you can just see them on either side of the picture there, look. So there's 1, 2, 3 posts in between, black on the left, brown on the right, wild rabbits. But we'll just take the zoom off to let you see this into trick shot. So we're just following the hedge line, so we'll keep going. And as we've walked a bit more forward, we've just got a closer shot of him here, and we've got 2 brown rabbits in front of us and a brown rabbit to the right, and 2 more parents there as well. And we see a few of them up and down the dales in various areas, we really do. Well, we'll leave that for now. Well, we've just got back towards the river again now. We're about maybe 80 feet above the river. And we've just took this picture through the trees, because I think that's quite nice with the walls and the farm and that in the background. We're nearly back now, but we just keep pressing on. We just take a quick look to the right. We've got the stream in front and the cows grazing away in the hill at the back. So them cows are on our right hand side. We're heading straight forward there, look, through the gate in the distance. And on your left hand side, you've got a barn that the Dales are famous for. This is where they used to store all the hay and the animal feed in winter. Right, we'll press on. Just walk to the end of the track, turn left, past the cattle market, over the bridge, up the village, and you're back. Hope you've enjoyed our walk in Teesdale. And we've tried to pick a few things out that are, you know, we think enhance the walk. You've been walking with a taxi driver today?